The Shaking My Head podcast features interesting discussions about topics that have frustrated the hosts, Alex and David. Each episode is meant to question the quirks of society and bring to light subjects that intrigue or bother us. If you're here because something has you shaking your head, even if it's just life, you're in the right place.
Your dad knows about YouTube?
Of course he does. He's on YouTube like all the fucking time.
Really?
Yeah.
Is he pretty like in sync with technology?
I mean, he owns a computer store. I hope so.
That's true.
He's decently in sync with computer stuff. So.
What is he doing on YouTube? Like, I feel like YouTube is like trash now. There's a lot of like.
Well, I actually watch YouTube every day, but it's just because there's channels that I like watching. Like, it's a lot. Most of it's like car stuff, but I also watch like cooking stuff.
Oh, you like to watch like the guy who like eats in like exotic places, right? Like the Asian guy.
No, I don't really care about that guy.
Oh.
I mean, I don't like. I think I know you're talking. He's like a younger Asian guy, right? And he just goes like all over the place and like goes like 7-Eleven or something.
He goes to like 7-Elevens, yeah.
I've seen this stuff, but I don't really care for it. I mean, like I've already been to those places, so it's like, oh, okay, cool. Like people are just paying. I don't know. What I watch is like people actually making food. Like so I don't know if you care to watch, but one guy's thing is called Binging with Babish.
Okay.
And he does like so. Sometimes what he's known for is like food from different shows or movies. Mm-hmm. He'll try and recreate it, and then if it's not good, he'll try and create his own version of it. Yeah, and he also has like a basics with Babish, which like teaches you like how to make certain things or stuff like that. And then there's this other guy I've been watching a lot recently because I think I like how his video is because he's just like, I think he's just being himself and he like cusses and anyways, if you ever want to see it, it's called Sam the Cooking Guy.
Sam the Cooking Guy, okay.
Yeah, they're just fun to watch. And other than that, I just watch people like build cars or repair cars, just because like some people have some pretty interesting builds. Mm-hmm. Like this one guy is gonna basically like fucking rebuild a Lamborghini.
Yeah.
That's been damaged. And a lot of people have been doing that. I feel like a lot of people like do the same shit, but like this one guy, he's doing it for a car, like a major car show.
Does he have to like source the parts from some special place?
He like a lot of people source like buy parts to like factory parts to rebuild it, but then some people fabricate their own parts, which is kind of interesting to watch. So this guy, he's gonna take a Lamborghini, he's gonna put like a Chevrolet engine in it, like a V8 in it, and then build that up. So
so it's like a Lambo body but with a Chevy engine.
Yeah, but the Lamborghini engine, like I think the car actually caught fire, so he has to like rebuild it. And then I just saw him like he just got this car recently, and he has like 5 months to build it, which I think is pretty crazy. And then like he did the Datsun 240Zs, like the old school Datsun cars, the coupes.
No.
Anyways, he like did that and then put a BMW engine in it for last year's build.
Oh, okay.
And there's other people like do like other fire damaged cars or like cars that are damaged, like totaled out and rebuild them.
I wish I knew enough about mechanical items to do that.
To do it or watch it?
To do it. Like I told you, I would love to like in the future get a restored 911 or like an old Porsche.
Yeah.
But if I could do it myself and understand all the mechanics, that would be even cooler. I mean, that's a whole nother level, but...
Well, that's the thing. Like, a lot of these people on YouTube, they kind of just learn by doing.
Yeah.
So they're basically monetizing off of learning how to do stuff.
Oh,
which I feel like is kind of cool. And that's what I like to do. Is just like, I'm not living in a place right now where I can easily do that.
No.
If I moved into, like, a house or, like, something with, like, a parking spot, or like a garage.
Yeah.
But
it'd be so expensive to have a garage in San Fran.
Well, no, because it depends on where you live. Like, there's some places that already have a garage, and you just happen to, live. I don't know, but either that or I have to like rent a shop. I don't know. It's just like the where I currently live right now is uh not good for working on cars. So, anyways, um, so yeah, and then the other things like you could always go look on like there's people who rebuild Porsches, and you can always look online
Just
and
yeah,
see
follow
how
them.
they rebuild it and learn by doing that way. I mean, like,
I mean, if I had a garage,
are you not allowed to work in
no,
your
we can't do work in our. You can like store cars in my underground parking area,
yeah?
but you can't work on cars.
Is there anyone actually like looking to make sure you don't do that?
They're pretty strict, our HOA, like because
Okay.
a lot of residents are part of the HOA and they're pretty strict about it. They're like strict about so many rules. It makes sure everyone like you're not doing something
Yeah, I
blatantly
usually
bad, but it's also very like stringent. Even renting our clubhouse
yeah.
requires like a $500 deposit.
Serious?
It
Jesus.
does, and you can't just you have to have a specific time. Anytime
Dude,
you like, if you're moving in our
yeah.
HOA, you have to tell the HOA what days you're moving so that they can line the elevators with like padding. And if you don't do that and move, you pay a penalty.
Yeah, fuck that HOA.
Yeah,
I've
our HOA like
been
is
way too
super
strict.
strict. Yeah.
Usually, most HOAs I fucking hate because I feel like most people in HOAs just have fucking power trips. It's like just be reasonable, but then like people are just super strict, and it's just like, can you guys just pull whatever's out of your ass and just
People usually who are part of the HOA are like retired, so they're not
you have
doing
nothing better
much.
to do?
They got nothing better to do. Or the
Yeah,
HOA manager for the company feels like they have to do something because they're getting paid. Because when the review comes up for the HOA, they're like, oh, well, we handled all this stuff for you guys. But technically, that was just you being a pain.
yeah, fuck that shit, man.
So, like I said, I'm planning to buy a second house to rent. And
Yeah,
the HOA at my mom's neighborhood is $90 a month. It's so
so
cheap.
cheap.
It's
Yeah, like
so cheap. And they do like mow the lawn, they water your
oh,
plants.
fuck
They do
yeah.
a lot. She has a swimming pool in her neighborhood,
That
tennis court.
sounds that sounds like they've got their shit together.
I think it's just because they picked a company that's not expensive because it's in northern Georgia. But also they don't waste.
We see like my parents in Smyrna.
Hmm.
So if you live in an older community, it's usually cheaper. Newer community is just a lot more expensive.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think my parents, the one in Smyrna is pretty relatively cheap. I think even the one in Pine Walk is cheap, but they don't offer any of those like lawn mowing services and stuff. But they should because that makes things a lot easier for the HOA as well. So instead of like being like, oh, like you didn't mow your lawn and shit, just have someone out come out and do it all for you so that
Yeah.
everything's uniform, and then you don't have to worry about that because that's I think what a lot of violations are like, oh, your lawn's like not fucking
Overgrown. Yeah.
yeah, and if someone else comes and takes care, like if you just hire people to come and take care of it, then that's great. Like that's probably half of the problems that HOA doesn't have to take care of anymore.
Yeah. I think,
But most HOAs I think are just stingy.
yeah, they don't have a real purpose. I mean, their
They
purpose.
don't. It's just like it's just a way to like have money just sitting there, and I think they just sometimes abuse it or probably embezzle, and then anyways.
Yeah. HOAs are not the best
I
things.
think this is material that we could use for like I'm sure we can what we're talking about right now we could integrate into a podcast. Some kind of podcast.
Well, I'm recording right now.
That's what I'm saying, yeah.
Yeah.
So yes. Should we get started with
Do we want to do an actual like a topic? So I
it's
have.
up to you. I mean if you want to just shoot the shit and just make this induced whatever with this one, I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
Oh, we could talk about the new movie that came out on Netflix with the Asian with Ali Wong and Randall Park. Have you
Okay,
heard about that?
so I don't know. I need to go watch Ali Wong because I technically have not really watched any of her
Really?
stuff. And
Yeah.
Jen she's like Ali Wong's good,
Yeah,
and
she's pretty funny. She's kind of vulgar, kind of funny.
I feel like she's really popular among Asians. I'm like, but I
Yeah,
haven't really seen her stuff, so I need to like watch it.
there's some pretty good stuff. She's got some pretty good material. But yeah, she's in the movie with Randall Park. Randall Park's if you don't know who
Yeah,
he
yeah,
is,
yeah. Fresh off the boat guy.
yeah. So the movie's called Always Be My Maybe.
Okay,
I saw something on YouTube where they're interviewing Ali Wong and Randall Park, and apparently they know each other from a while ago. And
really.
some of the movies actually based on like I guess real life events or stuff like that. It's kind of nice how even Netflix took on a movie that starring primarily Asian movie stars.
Who produced Crazy Rich Asians? Was that any specific?
I think it was an Asian director. Let me see.
That wasn't like part of Netflix or Prime or anything like that, right?
Yeah, that was actual box off like surprising like a box office movie,
Okay.
like which I think is what made it because it wasn't like highest grossing for a while.
Mm-hmm.
Well, wow. Okay, so Rotten Tomatoes gave it a 91%, which is pretty damn good.
That's really high.
I feel like Rotten Tomatoes doesn't usually give like really good ratings.
Mm-hmm.
And then, oh wow, they're showing it on TV, on HBO now. But their budget was what 30 million. Box office made 238 million.
Wow,
Yeah, I mean, and
they
then
killed it.
the director is John Chu, who see some of the famous movies are Step Up Two.
Step up too.
He was that.
That's funny.
He's got like Justin Bieber, Never Say Never. I didn't even know they had a movie on that. And then GI Joe Retaliation. So
Oh
yeah,
wow.
Asian movie stars, and they also had like Aquafina and stuff like that, which is kind of cool.
Yep. I saw her in a commercial for Google Pixel.
Yeah, I saw that too when I was in Florida. That
So
was
I saw you were selling a Google Pixel. Why?
it's a 3A. It's the so
Yeah,
it's like
yeah. It's the like newest version.
it's not the newest. It's basically a Pixel 3, but they made it cheaper. Because like a Pixel 3
Right.
brand, I don't know how much it is now, but when I got mine, it was like if you wanted like the cheapest Pixel 3, I think was like 799. And now they're selling these things for 400 and 450 depending on the screen size. Like there's the regular and XL.
Mm-hmm.
So I think I think Google's actually make their stocks are probably going to go up or they're going to sell a lot of phones because what they did was they basically took the what you want in a phone, like something that's like decently fast,
Mm-hmm.
have good camera. So that's what they're emphasizing on. They took the camera from the Pixel 3
Mm-hmm.
and they put in the 3A
Mm-hmm.
for like half price.
Nice.
And I think like that's actually something I was looking for because before, like back in the day, I wouldn't upgrade a phone unless it was like maybe significantly faster. But if the camera was that much better, I would upgrade because of the camera. Because like I've been waiting for a camera, like a phone with a nice camera to come out, and so they basically did that at a very good price because most phones you buy that are like quote unquote flagship phones
Mm-hmm.
range anywhere from like 750 to $1,000.
And does this come with like the cloud where you have unlimited storage?
So yes, but so basically with the Pixel 3, if you get the flagship Pixel 3, it gives you unlimited storage at full size, like for full size images.
Mm-hmm.
But with the Pixel 3 XA, or sorry, Pixel 3A, it's high quality images. So basically, it's like a reduced resolution, not full size images.
So you have to
Which
pay for the full size storage.
exact, well, yeah, exactly. So I mean, I don't think it's I don't think it's terribly expensive, but just it's like a yearly subscription. But
Okay.
I mean, overall, even if you had to pay that, it's still cheaper than buying a Pixel 3 because I think Pixel 3s only store like full size images for like 3 years or something of owning the phone, I think.
So
But
what happens after like 3 years?
I don't know. I'd have to look that up.
Like they email you and say you got to pay or your images are deleted.
I wouldn't know. I don't think no. So I think all the images that you had within the 3 years,
Mm-hmm.
those will stay there. But probably going forward after that, my guess is they're just going to start storing your images at like lower resolution. And then if you want to pay, like Kylie do with the 3A, and then if you want to pay for the full resolution images, then you can pay for it after 3 years. That's my guess. I mean, that's what makes the most sense to me.
So why are you selling it?
Because I have a Pixel 3 already.
Oh, then how did you get a 3A?
What I did was I had an old Pixel XL that I never sold,
Mm-hmm.
and I traded it in for the 3A. They had to get in trade-in credit situation, so
I see.
I traded in, and then yeah, I was considering the 3A because I told you I got blackout drunk like 3 weeks ago. Yeah, I think I told you in Atlanta, and I cracked my screen.
Oh yeah.
But the only reason I would really want to have, only reason I really want a 3A over a Pixel 3 is the fact that it has a headphone jack. Other than that, like, there's no real benefit.
Oh, 3 doesn't have a headphone jack?
The 3 doesn't, which is really annoying. Ever since the Pixel 2, they stopped using a headphone jack.
Oh, they went the iPhone route.
Yeah, which is like, I mean, I still use wired headphones because,
Yeah, it's still kind of not what's it called? Extinct. It's not obsolete any. It's still headphones are still.
here in San Francisco, I don't know, man. Like every single person I see,
Oh, the AirPods.
I have AirPods. I'm just like, really? Are they even that good? I think it's just that they're convenient, but they're so expensive for what they are.
It's so crazy. There's so
And,
many AirPod people, like just everywhere.
and I'm willing to bet they don't sound that good. Like compared to like some of the other headphones you can get. And they're like 100, what, 170, $200?
I mean, you're paying for the class status kind of.
Yeah. Yeah, sorry, I'm not into that stuff. Not like my mom where she's like, "Oh, I have to have a Mercedes to look to
Yeah,
look
man.
good."
What's wrong with the Mercedes, huh?
If you really want to be like all classy, like all like if you want the status, I feel like more people go with BMWs these days.
Ew.
But why ill?
I don't like BMW. So many people, like the reason I didn't buy a BMW was there's just so many. I don't want to be like,
There's a lot of Mercedes out there too.
yeah, but half as
Why not
many
like, why
BMW.
not like a Lexus?
Lexus isn't high enough class. I don't think so.
What are you talking about?
It tries, but your core is Toyota, so nah.
I mean,
I can't do that. It's like you're
all right, if you like to overpay, go for it.
I know I'm overpaying. It's just like I don't
They're
know.
not even like Mercedes aren't even that reliable these days. They're just like the styling recently got better, but like
I would agree. I think the Lexus is more reliable because it's got the Toyota backing.
and the fact that it's not a
And it's
German
not
car.
a German car. Yeah, and maintenance is a lot cheaper, for sure.
And before you say like it's not classy enough, like have you been in like an LS 400 460? Those
No,
are
I don't think so.
dude, even like the newer Toyotas and Lexuses or Lexi, whatever you call
Lexi.
them. I don't know what you call. Dude, they're impressive, very impressive. I don't know what you're
So
talking
it'd
about.
have to be like the top end class to kind of match the.
No, even though I sat in like an Avalon the other day and it looked super nice. I don't know, man.
Uh,
Especially the last few years, they definitely stepped up. Like I don't think
I don't
my
know.
mom.
I just when I see the badge, like when I see the 3-star badge, I'm like,
So,
okay. But when I see the L, I'm like, it just takes me back to the IS class, which is cool, but it's not like
but like
I know they're not IS anymore, but
like oh you sound so pretentious.
I am.
All right, I don't know, man. Like so, what I was gonna say is my mom has had a 2016 E350 and she just traded in for a GLC 300.
Welcome
Like
to
her
the team.
E350 was not that nice, to be honest. I wasn't impressed. Like it
But
didn't but okay, so like it's much better. I haven't been in the newer C class, but like I remember like the old C classes, the MLs, they had like the most ridiculous, like cheapest feeling like plastic knobs for AC.
hmm
Um, but like her car, like there wasn't anything that nice. But like there was like like some LEDs under like that kind of accented some parts of the doors and stuff. But like,
yeah,
dude, even like a Toyota has it now. Like,
there's some
I,
extraneous aesthetics for sure.
but I also expected the E class to be pretty comfortable to ride in. But to be honest, my ass was hurting after like 3 hours of driving.
Really,
Didn't
in
help
an
at
E
all.
class.
Yeah, I was
Wow.
not impressed at all. And then I hate that like the lane assist crap and all that other stuff. Like I think that's just for people who don't know how to drive, to be honest.
There's a lot of safety stuff
Yeah,
that you definitely don't need that can get annoying for sure.
yeah. So like the was it the blind spot thing? It was actually kind of useful, I think.
It's super useful. It
Yeah,
is.
I like that.
But
But
the
like the lane assist
head-on
shit,
collision
the head-on collision,
is
I feel
not
like
needed.
but it's not that intrusive either, right?
Oh, maybe because I drive kind of fast, or I tail people a little bit sometimes. It comes
Are you
on
are you
sometimes.
are you sure you
I don't
tell?
I don't tail people that much, but it's sensitive enough so that if
Oh,
I'm
really?
going at a certain speed and I know I'm gonna dodge them because I can naturally dodge, but I'm not really slowing down. I'm just kind of going. It senses that the object is getting close at the certain speed, and then it just like beeps.
And you don't turn it off?
I don't turn it off because it just beeps once. I mean, I'm not annoyed by it. It's just
Yeah, but it slows down though, right? If you get too close.
no, it doesn't. It just beeps. I think you can buy a certain package that will like auto brake for you. I don't
Hmm.
have that. Did she buy like the highest
I
feature?
doubt
Like,
it.
is she 4matic?
No,
Is she on like? Is she like? Is her screen the same as mine? Like that big size?
I think so.
Oh, does she have like four side cameras?
No.
Oh, so she probably has like my exact same package. What color is it?
The color of the car?
Yeah.
Black.
Okay. Wow, I almost went that route. I almost got the exact same car.
Really?
I was
Like,
debating black or silver, but I hear black gets shows dirt a little bit more.
yeah, my mom used to think like black was a bad color to get. I don't know why. Don't ask.
hmm
I think she's like silver cars, but
hmm
this time she got black. Maybe she's opening up. Maybe my sister is
And you got the dual sunroof, right?
No, I don't think so. I think she just got the base model because she was leasing it.
Oh, so like she doesn't have the Bang& Olufsen interior, like the you know. Do you know like how my speakers look?
Yeah, kind of. Yeah, I don't think she has any of the upgrades.
Oh, and is her interior like white?
It's like a cream colored.
Oh, so she did get the base.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's base. I don't think she, but like it came with. I don't know if it came with the collision thing
I think that's standard. The
because I know
warnings.
she has the lane assist, the lane assist, and then the side like the blind spot thing,
hmm
and I don't know about the head. I think it wasn't on for me because I was like, there's people who are just like driving slow as shit. And I was tailing here and there, but didn't slow down for me. So either it was off or it didn't come with the car.
Did you ever drive my car?
No, I didn't.
Okay. How do you like driving the GLC?
I haven't driven one.
Oh,
She
so
just
you're talking about the E class. You've only driven the E
so
class.
her lease ended literally like last week.
Oh.
I flew back last Wednesday, so she got her GLC after I left.
Okay, so the lease on the E class ended, and she went with the GLC.
Yeah, because I
Is
think
she leasing the GLC or buying?
she's leasing. Like the
Okay.
reason I told my mom to lease,
Mm-hmm.
I think my sister agrees, is because like my mom doesn't do any maintenance on the car, of course. My dad doesn't either,
Mm-hmm.
and I was just like, the depreciation of Mercedes, like German cars, are so ridiculous. Like,
Yeah.
because of the fact that they don't do maintenance on the car, and like the fact is, like, if you do like a 3-year lease, it's under warranty. Anything that goes wrong, I think it's probably like a 4-year warranty actually. But
Yeah.
anything that's wrong with the car, they'll take care of it. You don't have to worry about it. So I think, adding all those factors up, definitely better a lease. I mean, like, I think the mileage isn't like very good, but she also
No, it's not.
doesn't drive much at all. Like, she was still like, I think 4,500 miles under her her
Release. Yeah.
limit. Yeah. So I think it's smart for her too. And like the other benefit is, she likes showing off cars, I get, or showing off what she's driving. So she can get a new car every 3 years.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. Like, it was so bad. Like, I think my mom like didn't even have tires replaced for the majority of the life of the car, and they were like dry rotting, like they're cracked tires.
Ew.
So
Like
yeah,
if I don't understand why she wants the high class, but she doesn't maintain the high class.
it's because she's cheap about it. Like,
Asian.
maybe, but just like they don't. My parents they don't like maintaining things. Even like we had the hardwood floors redone at my parents' place,
Mm-hmm.
and I told my dad, I was like, "Hey, it's still leaking like at the door. You need to get this fixed because I got everything. I think everything got fixed except the door for some reason. Like, it would, like, water would weep through, and it may just need to be caulked or something.
Uh huh.
And so they let it leak, and then the same exact problem happened again.
Wow.
So now they're gonna have to probably spend another grand, 2 grand fixing it, and then like I think one of the like my dad hires like this really cheap Chinese guy to come paint the house, and they
Mm-hmm.
don't do a good job caulking it. They just kind of just spray and do a quick job.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't caulk it up and seal it up well, then it's gonna leak again. And like the one of the mirrors, or sorry, one of the windows um at the house is leaking, and you can see like dripping down the sheetrock and stuff, and it's gonna rot. It's gonna become an issue. And it's like I keep telling my parents, I was like, hey, you guys gotta like maintain stuff. Like, also with it, with like you guys gotta go get checkups, make sure you're like stay healthy, because like the longer you take to fix something, the more it's gonna cost.
Yeah, for some reason, I don't know if it's Asian culture, but I
Yeah.
do have some Asian relatives where I've been in their house, and it's like they don't maintain their home.
Yeah, and I wouldn't say I'm the best at it, but like I'll notice if there's something that needs to be taken care of,
Mm-hmm.
like that really needs attention now versus like it can wait.
Yeah.
So, I guess it's Asian. I don't think that's an Asian thing per
So
se.
like my aunt, she
Yeah,
lives in Houston, and there's like a lot of hurricanes and
yeah,
flooding. Like her place was flooded when it was Katrina happened, and as well as uh Andrew. I don't whatever
yeah,
the other big hurricane was. So she had
yeah.
to have her house totally redone twice. And so this latest time they redid the whole floors to hardwood, but they basically there's like a cutout in the floor
Uh-huh.
because there was a piping underneath that had to get fixed before they could finish the floor.
Yeah,
And at that time she had everything done at once, so that they couldn't like close that up because she would still need to get the piping fixed. Well, she just
yeah.
like it wasn't a piping where that like it would affect her living condition. Like
Uh-huh.
it wasn't like a main water line or something. So she
Yeah.
kind of just left it there. And so like there's basically a gaping hole in her floor
Jesus.
that's just been sitting there for like, oh man, at least 4 years now
Is she not
from the
afraid of
last hurricane. Huh?
from that hurricane? I was gonna say, is like, is she not afraid of someone like falling
She
into
doesn't
the
really
hole?
have guests, and
What about her?
she just kind of avoids it. It's like in the corner of a room,
Uh,
so it's not like in a walking path, but
yeah.
it's still like I'm just like, just get it fixed. Like
Is it because it's too expensive, or
I don't think it's too expensive. I think it's just like combination of laziness and in terms of
um,
cheapness. Like I can save money and this doesn't really affect how I live. Like, I can deal with this, I don't know, this kind of inconvenience.
Yeah.
Just because it's like I don't care. It's just like I don't care.
Yeah, I guess. Okay. I mean, did insurance not pay for any of this?
I think the insurance paid for the floor, but she would have to pay for the
The pipe?
piping thing.
Oh.
And so she had the floors completely done, and then they didn't cover that area up because she was gonna get the piping done too, but she never got around to it. So it's literally just like I'm surprised there's no like rats or anything coming out. I guess there's still like blocked off underneath from the outside, but it's like literally like a subsection opened up into her house. It's weird.
That's all for this week. Thank you for listening to the podcast, and tune in next week for more stories about what has got us shaking our heads.